Hello everybody, Laura here. So today is day 39 of the 100-day project, and I have an art journal page for you guys, and I'm going to be creating in my Dina Wakley mixed media journal. And I have these sticker sheets. They were like labels. You could get them in these packs from the Dollar Tree, and they're just different shaped labels, and I ended up taking those and putting them on my jelly plate. It was actually a couple of years ago, and I'm still just trying to get those used. I really do love them, so being able to incorporate them into my art now and get them used. And so what I decided to do is I'm going to use the negative space from the sticker sheet. Instead of pulling off all the labels, I'm just using the negative part off of the sheet. And I believe I have another video up already using the negative space from another one of these kinds of sheets. So here I'm just going to take, I've got some Decoart Media Fluid Acrylic, and this is in the color Cobalt Teal Hue. And I'm just going to paint inside of all of the positive space for where the stickers were at. And I really think that this teal color goes really well with the background of the jelly plate piece that I'm using. And I do believe I speed this up, or I cut ahead. I don't think I end up making you watch me paint inside of each one of those. But I get all of that painted, and then I do end up trimming off the edges. And I tried to stay inside of the space, but there was a few spots where I went outside the line, but you can't really tell. Okay, so I've got that completed. Now I'm going to cut the edges off. I really like how this art journal page turned out. I ended up having to, this was filmed in 2 separate sessions. I think my battery had died, or I'd ran out of space or something, and then I ended up just saving it for another day, I think. So what I am going to do now, is use this Deco foil pen. And it's like a glue pen basically, and I received this and some of the foil in a giveaway that I had won, and I've really been enjoying using these on my projects. Here's where I was kind of like, wasn't sure if I was even doing it correctly. Oh, that was me. I was going to cut that out, and I didn't. So this is me just still kind of trying to figure out, and I was like, which side do I use it on? So I left this part in because, and I read the packaging on both of these, and it doesn't really tell you what to do as far as which side of the foil to use. And I know that I've seen people use Deco foil in their videos before. And so I was sure it was the other way, but it just wasn't working. So I decided to continue on, and I just went around the edges of each of these little shapes here from the labels. And I thought I would, yes, okay, I do go ahead. So here is where I'm trying to still get it figured out. And I'm pressing, and it does stick a little bit, but I believe that it works best if you apply quite a bit of pressure, or use like a stylus or a bone folder or something. I tried the silicone brush. That didn't really work. And I'm going to try a couple of different little things here in a minute, but I find that on the lid of the Deco foil pen, there is the little piece that sticks out where you could like clip it on something. That works the best. You see here I'm just pressing it down. It does work when you apply pressure with your fingers, but you do get more of the foil on there if you use like a little tool or something. But I really like how this turned out. I love the little gold bits, and with the deco foil pen, I really love that because you can write words, you can do any shapes, mark makings that you want, and then foil it. So I really love that. So here I'm just taking some of my handmade gold shimmer spray and just putting some splatters down on the page. Okay, so here's where I come back. I have these, what are they, the mini dolls, Gorgeous Girls, and I had some stamped out. I ended up destashing all of my little mini Gorgeous Girls because I wasn't using them. I stamped out several of them and had them sitting beside my desk, and even after approximately like around a year, I still had barely even used any of them, and even the ones that I'd already stamped out and had them sitting close to me so that I would use them. So I ended up selling all of my dolls, but I do still have the ones that I had stamped out. So I have been trying to use them a little bit more. I sat down one day and just colored up several of them and went on and got them cut out so that maybe I would use them even more if they were already colored and already cut out. And so I just chose out 3 of them, and then I have these little pieces of, they're not really chipboard, they're just like craft colored pieces that came in this big pack that I got from Walmart of these just different shapes. And I took 3 of those and I painted them with purple, and that is a Americana multi-surface satin. I think it's called Lavender Fields. And here I'm going to take the Decoart Media, or Decoart Americana, and I'm not sure what the color of that one is, but I'm going to take some of my rubber stamps and just add some visual texture to these circles, just stamping with the acrylic paint. And this one is of like some little circles. I have a larger star, and then another stamp that has 3 little stars on it, and then there's another one that's kind of like a sunburst of stars. And just adding the paint, just getting some visual texture going on so they're not just plain. And then I'm going to take the paint and go around the edges of each one of those. And if you'd seen in the video just a few minutes ago, I had pulled out that little like other journal and used some of my excess paint in there, and that's what is kind of like my, what I've heard referred to as like a use it up journal. So if I have extra paint or things like that, I'll just stick it in that journal, and then one day I'll go back and try to create some journal pages, and I'll already have paint down and some backgrounds done, so it'll be easier for me to complete an art journal page. Here I'm just taking the Decoart Media fluid acrylic in titanium white and just adding some white splatters. Alright, now I'm going to glue my little dolls on there, and I really like how I colored the 2 on each side that has the owl on her shoulder, and she's holding like some feathers, and I made them kind of with like blue and, or well, teal, yellow, and pink, and I really just like how I colored those up. So, excuse me, and now that I colored the couple that I even had of that image, now I kind of miss my Gorgeous Girls, but it'll be okay. I'm not going to try to repurchase them. I'll just use the ones that I have, and I don't know, maybe in the future I might buy a couple that I really like instead of trying to have the whole collection. So I just got these gold stickers, and these come from a pack that came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to pick out a couple of words to add, because these pieces had these little holes on each side where you can like add some string or make them into tags or something. But I didn't want to do that, so I just put some stickers over it to cover up the holes. And I'm going to bring my page back out and place my dolls. And I do believe I end up adding, I just used my phone to keep it held down for a second. Yeah, I'm going to add some foam to the back of those to give them a little bit of dimension off of the page. Add a little bit of wet glue to make sure that they stick. So I really like how this turned out. I like trying to use a lot of my products and stuff. I have these just random things like this pack of like craft colored shapes. You know, I got it on clearance. I think I paid less than $1 for it, but it's a full 12 by 12 pad of just different shapes. So I'm glad I'm trying to get those used and using up my stamped images and getting all these pieces incorporated into my projects. Here is where I believe I decide to, yes, I'm going to punch some hearts. And because I just felt like the spaces were, they just felt a little empty. So I just took this little heart punch and I'm going to end up adding a heart inside pretty much each one of those little open spaces, and just using the same sticker sheets from before so it matches. And then I'm just going to go roughly around each of the hearts with my gold Signo Uniball pen. And I don't believe I do much after that. I do not have any pictures for at the end of the video, so I apologize about that. But I hope you all enjoyed the video, and be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.